Hi everyone. I wanted to talk to you about something that happened to me in 2015. I went to the hospital. My husband had a very serious condition and I was in and out of the hospital, just being of support and, just hanging out there. And I developed this rash on my arm and I don't even remember where in my arm. I do remember that I had this rash, and it was this like semi pinkish circle, and it was very itchy and it was annoying. But dealing with a very serious condition with him, and something like that, I just didn't even think about it. I didn't pay a lot of attention. It went away on its own, and that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about today because when it comes to hospitals, to me personally, I feel like if you're going to find any disease, anything that's really going to scare the crap out of me, it's at a hospital. Everybody goes there, all the diseases go there, and when you're there and you're dealing with, something serious, you're like, you're not even going to think about it. But in any case, they did this study in around 2000 about hospitals in Australia and how alcohol-based hand sanitizers are becoming much more tolerant of a lot of infections and diseases. So they studied these different bacteria, and they realized that some of them, the use of you know with the use of hand sanitizer made them go away, and some of them went away, and some of them got more tolerant of the of the bac- uh, of the hand sanitizer. But in any case, the study, they realized that it wasn't only in Australia; it was happening all over the world. So the thing is, there was this specific bacteria that develops in hospitals, which is deadly, and you don't hear about it in the news, of course. We're all too busy hearing about some celebrities, and unfortunately, things like that, they just don't make it to the media somehow. But in any case, when throughout my whole life, like I said, alcohol for me has been like my go-to medicine for just about a lot of things. Like an infection, I cut myself and I'm gonna wash it, and if I can stand it, I put some alcohol. It's painful, of course. It burns like hell, but to me, it's like I know it's gonna take care of anything like that. But in any case, for me, the idea of just using it all the time, it just makes no sense whatsoever. And I'm glad I don't, because you do need some bacteria in your body. You actually need them. We were born with bacteria. We have bacteria in our body which are really good, which are really healthy, and we need them. And to me, if you have something fighting them all the time, you're going to have some resistance, of course, to anything like an infection. Or the other thing is, I heard on the news many years ago. I don't know how many years ago, and they were talking about, was it this MERS or MRSA bacteria, that if you have it in your hand and you put hand sanitizer on top of it, all it's going to do is just stay there and perhaps grow. And that's one of the reasons I don't like hand sanitizers. To me, it's like, I mean, it scares the hell out of me just thinking that something is just gonna grow there, and it's going to, it's going to develop some resistance to your, to any um, possibility of healing, if that makes any sense. So that's one of the reasons, as just my own opinion. I have nothing against, hand sanitizers. People love them. There's some of them smell nice, and I think they do a great job if you actually need them. The thing is, they have most of them have about 60% of alcohol. So when you use them and you use them a lot, most places, especially hospitals, they use the highest they go, I think, is 70% of concentration of alcohol on most hand sanitizers. So the problem is that if you use them all over the place, especially hospitals where most of the diseases go to, is like a club for diseases. So you don't really want to use this um, alcohol-based hand sanitizer all the time, because it will the bacteria will become resistant. So in the future, that's, I think, my humble opinion is that a lot of these bacteria, these viruses like coronavirus, are becoming stronger and stronger each time, because we are, they're becoming resistant to antibiotics, alcohol, to medicine as well. So it's not. I don't think it's a good idea for us to use them so much, and that might be one of the reasons that they're becoming stronger as well. We can't fight them because we have nothing. We're running out of options. Running out of medicines to deal with them. Uh, let's see what else. There's this bacteria, like I said, the enterococci bacteria. I think that's what it's called. That's one of them. That's the one that grows in hospitals. But we haven't really studied a lot of them. So, and this article is just one of the few that I have found. Most of them, they praise hand sanitizers. They think it's the best thing. So it's always good to see both points. And, you know, to me, the best way to fight anything to begin with, even when I cut myself or I get a bruise, if I fall or whatever, the first thing I do is wash it with water, lukewarm water, and soap. So that's, to me, like the best thing to go to. And I made a video in Spanish on how the antibacterial soap. I thought, I was so excited about making the video, doing some research. Oh, this is gonna be great. And I found out that you don't, it's best to just use soap and water, just the basic stuff that we have, we use all the time. And what they have found out as well, by this study that I read, by Melody Shriver, I think it was in 2000, she wrote in 2018, the best thing that they found in order to fight any of these bacteria, guess what? Soap and water. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you a little bit of my, own opinions, own ideas about how to fight any of the bacteria. I know I'm not, a doctor or anything like that, but just my humble opinion. And if it helps someone, well, you know what? It's great, wonderful. And if you do like this video, please click like for me. Please share this video, and please subscribe, and please leave me any comments as well. I'll be talking about uh, an all-purpose cleaner that I use. It's my favorite. It's called Pure, and I don't have a link to my to the website yet, but I'll share about that next time. Thanks for listening. I hope everyone is in good health.